I have to confess, I'd never heard of Van Jones until this. And yeah, maybe I'm embarrassing myself. I don't know if this guy's super famous, but apparently he was like awarded a lot of money and he's an Emmy Award winner and he's got international best-selling books. And obviously he's a lefty Democrat. And so he is in so much trouble for this tweet. And it revolves around, will you be surprised, a pro-Palestinian saga. Okay, this guy got up there, said something very, very, very legit. Okay, he just called out Qatar and the manipulation we are seeing online. That's the only thing he did. And the pro-Palestinian mob, they came for him. They caved for him so much so he had to cave and he tweeted and whatever. This poor guy is going totally viral for actually saying something that's legit. And everybody, once again, is just missing the point. But before we get to the point, you already know the drill. Have you commented? Have you liked? Most important, have you followed our channel? Because 85% of you have not yet channeled. So please, 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 85% of you have not yet followed the channel. So please, please do me a favor so I can stop asking. And if you want to know where this mug is, because you all ask in the comment section, go check out our mug. We have some wonderful, wonderful new pieces on there, including a little tuck off, if you get what I'm saying. Go check it out. Let's make radically rational commentary great again by getting the word out there. And so let's dive right into this Van Jones saga, because here's the clip. And I want you guys to try and figure out what the controversial part of this clip was. Because again, I'll remind you, the pro-Palestinian mob is going mad.
But isn't part of that because we had to fold everything into critical race theory, and somehow the Middle East became part of,
I see it differently. And I love this conversation because I think people, those of us who went to college, give a lot more credit to college courses for how the world works than I do. This is not about critical race theory on college campuses. This is about Iran. Iran and Qatar have come up with a disinformation campaign that they are running through TikTok and Instagram that is massive. If you are a young person, you open up your phone and all you see is dead Gaza baby, dead Gaza baby, dead Gaza baby,
right.
Diddy, dead Gaza baby, dead Gaza baby. Like, that's basically your whole feed. So that's not DEI. That is a geopolitical adversary that is deliberately trying to divide the West against itself.
That view is not.
Okay, you saw the video. Besides the amazing hostage pin, I don't know. I like this guy. I really like him. I'm not sure who he is, but I think he's cool, even if he was a lefty once upon a time. What about that clip was massively controversial? Let's watch it again, because again, I'll tell you, the pro-Palestinian mob have come for his throat. Let's watch it.
Isn't part of that because we had to fold everything into critical race theory, and somehow the Middle East became part of,
I see it differently. And I love this conversation because I think people, those of us who went to college, give a lot more credit to college courses for how the world works than I do. This is not about critical race theory on college campuses. This is about Iran. Iran and Qatar have come up with a disinformation campaign that they are running through TikTok and Instagram that is massive. If you are a young person, you open up your phone and all you see is dead Gaza baby, dead Gaza baby, dead Gaza baby,
right.
Diddy, dead Gaza baby, dead Gaza baby. Like, that's basically your whole feed.
Okay, so the hint is the Diddy part, okay? Besides the fact that what he's saying is totally true and the truth hurts, guys, young people and pro-Palestinians don't like to know that they have been totally manipulated by Iran and by Qatar, as he says it. Qatar? Qatar? Is that how Americans say it? Qatar. Like, Qatar. Okay, not the point. He is saying something very legit, and he's wearing a hostage pin while he's doing it. He's just like, don't stop talking about colleges. Like, I mean, we'll add on to the fact, why are colleges like this? Well, because Iran and Qatar have gone to it behind the scenes. But that's not what the pro-Palestinian mob is coming after. They are furious about the fact that he nonchalantly was like, dead baby, dead baby, dead baby, Diddy. And then everybody laughed. Everybody laughing at the dead babies. That's what they're going mad about. When if you watch the video and you actually try and use some brain cells, you'll clock that that's not what he was saying at all. He was not mocking the dead babies. He was saying they're providing a huge amount of information, propaganda onto these phones, a huge, huge, huge amount with very, very dramatic and disgusting content like dead babies, dead babies, dead babies. He didn't even expand on the fact that they're intentionally allowing all of these babies to die so they have content. But the fact that he then made a joke and was like Diddy in the middle and everybody laughed, they're furious at him. They're so furious at him that he's had to Make an apology. I hate these apologies. I made a comment on Real Time with Bill Maher about the war in Gaza that was insensitive and hurtful. I apologize. The suffering of the people of Gaza, especially the children, is not a punchline. I'm deeply sorry it came across that way. What's happening to children in Gaza is heartbreaking. As a father, I can't begin to imagine the pain the parents are enduring, unable to protect their kids from unimaginable harm. I'm praying and working for an immediate end to this war, and for peace and safety for every family caught in its path. I'm truly sorry for the pain my words caused to people who are already suffering more than anyone should. Besides the fact that this is clearly written with ChatGPT, which I'm just massively against. Stop apologizing. You didn't say anything wrong. Just say what you meant to say. Be like, I was not mocking the dead children. I was making a point of how they use their dead children as propaganda to infiltrate your minds. But again, the pro-Palestinian mob can't hear it. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to be told that they're being manipulated. They want to be told that they're fighting for the cause. Yeah! You know? And so anybody who dares is different, they come after them. And this is like the worst type of cancel culture, like coming after a guy who's making a very important point about a geopolitical issue of people infiltrating, enemy states infiltrating into our social medias and manipulating brains to the point of activism. He's now getting shut down by that activism, obviously paid by Iran and Qatar. And the irony of that is just beyond belief. But thank God for Bill Maher, who still manages to bring sensical, logical content and comedy online. And honestly, what he said was kind of not really funny, but funny. Like, this is the reality. This is the truth. You are going to be infiltrated on social media, and you are going to be inundated by social media with content that is designed by the enemy states to make you think a certain way. And that's something that all of us should be thinking about. And unfortunately for him, he's now in the eye of the storm of the pro-Palestinian mob. And I'll tell you, that's probably not a fun place to be, but I wish he had the conviction to stand up and fight back, because that's what we all need, to call out these bullies for what they are, manipulated by the enemies. But more importantly, let's stop cutting them some slack. Disgusting, despicable behavior, inability to read between the lines, inability to see something for what it actually is, to actually hear the point and focus in on such a niche thing that you have to watch the video twice to actually clock what they were talking about. Very exhausting, very frustrating. 0 out of 10 for the pro-Palestinian mob, but they'll never get a higher rating on here, I'll tell you that much. Thank you for your attention to this matter.